Good morning, everyone. How are you? I'm coming to you live from my house again with COVID hair. Don't care. I need a hairdresser. I need to breathe air. Anyway, so I hope that you guys are doing okay this morning. Today we are talking about law of the big picture, the law of the picture, which is going to be a good one. As you know, we're doing 21 leadership laws from the 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership. And we're going through one law every single day between the 8 and 9 o'clock hour, just kind of depending what's going on here at home. But we are currently on chapter 13, which is the law of the picture. So we're going to go ahead and get started. Thank you so much for watching. If you are watching, throw down some comments so I know that you're here, so I can see who's watching. All I can see is eyeballs. And forgive the the peacock hair that I've got going on this morning. I can't do anything about it unless I cut it myself, and Lord knows it would actually get worse than what it is. I'm sure of it. Okay, so law of the picture. How do you motivate people? How do you motivate people? It's simple. People do what people see, right? People do what people see. It's kind of like copycat. When you have children, they copy everything that you do. Like the toddlers, all of a sudden you'll look over at one of your toddlers and they're actually mimicking everything that you're doing. People do what people see. This is where authenticity comes in. It's so important to be authentic when you are a leader. All right, so we've already talked about the copycat, but what about the game Follow the Leader? Do you remember playing that when you were a young kid? The greatest gift a leader can give is being a good example. The greatest gift you can give to people that are following you is to be a good example. And that makes sense, right? There's no point in somebody following somebody that's not a good example. All right, so 89% of what we know, we learn visually. So it's time for us to look and see who it is that we're learning from. Who is learning from you? Who's learning from you, and who are you learning from? Because 89% of us learn visually, it's important to look at who it is that we're learning from. Remember that you are responsible to teach, lead, and create the picture. Good morning, Lynn. Thank you for coming. I love that you're here. Thank you so much. Law of the big picture. Let me move your little comment over a bit so the rest of them will go in the right place too. All right, so law of the picture. We have to create this visual picture. We have to remember that people are looking at the images that we're creating. And I'm not talking about like graphics. I'm talking about us. I'm talking about you as an individual. People are going to follow you because they like what you're doing. Okay, so people do what people see. So it's very important to take on the responsibility. Okay, so not only are you creating a visual picture, employees want leaders who beliefs and actions line up. What does that mean? It means practice what you preach. Practice what you preach. We talked about this a few days ago. You can't, give this image of being one person and then somebody goes on your social media profile and you're somebody completely different. You must practice what you preach. Be the person that people want to follow. Be the leader that people need. Hey, thanks guys for watching. I'm so glad that you're here. All right, so the first person you need to lead is yourself. Why is that? It's simple. You can't ask other people to change if you're not prepared to change yourself. You have to change you first. How can you remain a credible leader? How do you think you can remain a credible leader? Yes, Lynn, absolutely practice what you preach. So how do you feel like you can become a credible leader, guys? What do you think that looks like? So we've already talked about how it looks like being authentic. We already know that being a credible leader means doing the right thing that people are going to watch and see, and you want to be a good role model for them. And we've already said that you need to practice what you preach, right? You have to do you first so you can do others later. You must work first and hardest on yourself. All right. So we've just said that you've got to work hardest on yourself. But what does that mean? What does that mean? It's time to look in the mirror and it's time to think about all of the things about us that we need to change. What areas in your life need changing? So let's look at you and then let's look at your life. Just like I look at me and I look at my life when I am leading someone, I have to make sure that I am leading them in the best way possible, right? I can't be a bad leader. Lynn says you have to be honest and you have to be kind, and it's so true. It's all about benefiting other people and adding value to other people, right? All right, so now we're looking at the areas of your life that need changing. How does this change the picture that you've created? So as a leader, we're running around leading, people hopefully are following because we're good role models. But if we stop for a second and inventory ourselves and our lives and we make changes, how does that change the picture that we have created for the people that are following us? Right? Because it's going to change. If we're changing it, if we're growing, and if we're constantly trying to improve, then the way that we lead is going to change as well. The way we lead is going to change as well. All right, that's right. Constantly checking yourself. Absolutely. Remember, don't to try to change others. You're not trying to change people. Helping them grow and lifting them up is not changing them. You want them to be who they are authentically. You're just helping them to be a better version of themselves. Remember, I don't know how many of you get on airplanes and fly often, but the stewardesses always say, in the event of an emergency and the oxygen comes down from the ceiling, you have to put the oxygen on yourself first so that you can help other people. It's the exact same preface in leadership. You need to make sure that you're taking care of yourself so that you can take care of others. If you're not taking care of yourself, you cannot take care of anybody else either. Give yourselves a character audit. So we need to list your core values. Let's see. What incidents stand out as inconsistent with those values? So look at the values that you have for yourself and then think of times when things are standing out to you that don't line with the values that you have. This will show you where exactly you need to work on yourself, right? It's difficult to try to figure out which pieces of us need mending or need changing. But if we can look at certain incidences that have happened in our life and in our leadership and examine why those things were wrong or bad or indifferent, that will help us figure out how to change ourselves for the better, right? I mean, it's no good saying, this is kind of like I digress type thing, but there's no good saying, my inner circle is full of these people, and then you're constantly at a feuding odds with an individual in your life, but you don't change it. There's no changing there. You're not stepping back from that individual, or you're trying to work things out together. It's not going to change unless you step back and say, okay, no more. This is not good for me. This is bringing me down or whatever. You need to make those changes, right? You just have to make those changes. And it goes the same with the law of the big picture. You cannot repeat the same behaviors expecting different results. Ask a trusted friend to walk with you on this path and observe you. Sometimes we need accountability, right? We need accountability. So if we're saying, yes, I'm going to change, and yes, I want to grow, and I've looked at myself and these are the things that I feel like need to be changed, it's all well and good you saying these things, but unless you've got somebody helping you along the way saying, yes, you are making improvements and you are changing, it doesn't work. It doesn't have an effect. Hey guys, thanks for watching. I see I've got some eyeballs on. I hope this is adding value to you in some way. Don't forget to shout out below so your comments can go up on the screen and I can actually see who's here, and thank you personally for being here. It can be hard, Lynn. It can be hard. It's very difficult for one to take a look at yourself, but it's very difficult for the person on the other side to critique you, right? It's very difficult. But if you go in with an understanding, that this is the preface of the relationship that you need right now, if they do it from a place of love, then it works. Well, sorry, Siri wants to join in. Sorry, it's not for you, Siri. Don't worry. All right, so Let that trusted friend be honest and do not debate their observations. You can't ask somebody to say, follow me on this journey. I need some help. I need some accountability. I need you to tell me where the areas are in my life that you feel can be improved. And then the second they tell you, you're like, you're such a terrible person because how can you critique me that way? You know, you have to allow them, and you have to give them permission, right? Like we give ourselves permission, give them permission to critique you out of love so that you can grow. You need to learn, you need to act, and then you need to change. Learn, act, and change. All right? Okay, be a leader in life. Be a leader in life. All right, this is a good one. I'm going to change my little screen right here. Hold on a second. Leaders who send mixed signals have confused followers. Wow. Leaders who send mixed signals have confused followers. Don't you want to have followers that really feel like you're of value and really feel like every time that they see you or they hear you or they watch one of your videos like this, that they really are just so grateful because you are pouring yourself into them? Imagine the opposite effect. If you're just scattered and all over the place and, you know, 1 minute you're a great leader and the next minute you don't care, your leaders are going to be like, or your followers are just going to be all over the place. And eventually what happens is they disembark from your leadership ship and they go somewhere else. And they go somewhere else because they're confused and they don't need that. They need consistency. They need guidance. They need accountability. They need somebody that they can know, like, and trust. You guys know that. So always, 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 when you're in the law of the picture, you're painting that visual picture for all those people out there that you would like to lead. All right. You are the artist of your own life. You are the artist of your own picture. So make sure that when you're drawing that picture and you're creating that visual image, remember we said it earlier in the broadcast, 89% of people learn visually. When you're drawing that picture, make sure it's a picture that's attractive and inviting to people, just like you. Okay. All right. So tomorrow, we are going to be doing the law of buy-in. That's going to be impactful. I'm telling you now, you're going to want to be here for that one. So before tomorrow, think about these two things, okay? First, how can you earn credibility with others? How can you earn credibility with others? And list 5 ways you can do that and create a strategy for discussion for tomorrow. Okay. How can you earn credibility with others, and 5 ways that you can create a strategy to make that happen. So the law of buy-in will be tomorrow. That's chapter 14 out of 21. So we are officially well over halfway. And I love doing this. I love that you guys are here with me doing this. And I'm hoping that in some way this will impact you, you know, even if it just gives you 5 minutes of grown-up chat. Whatever it is that you need, let me know. The law of buy-in tomorrow is people buy into the leader, then the vision, right? People have to know, like, and trust you first. So we're going to talk about that in depth tomorrow morning, law of the buy-in. Today we've learned about the law of the big picture. Guys, if there's anything I can do to help you, let me know. If you have any questions or curiosities about what we're learning through this journey together, let me know. If you don't mind, scoot on over to my YouTube channel and subscribe to that for me, please. Trying to grow that channel. We've done some growth with that over the last week, so that's pretty cool, and I thank you for doing that. I'll put my YouTube channel link below this video so that you can easily scroll on it or click on it. You don't have to go searching. All right. I wish all of you a fabulous Wednesday. It's my mom's birthday today, so I'm going to go and give her a happy birthday phone call. And I will see all of you tomorrow between the 8 and 9 a.m. hour to do chapter 14, the law of the buy-in. All right. See you soon. Take care. Thanks. Bye.